We are using credit card usually. It can be very dangerous for someone who doesn't know how to use it. But if you know how to use this credit card, it is very useful thing. Today we're going to talk about those things. What are the uses of credit card? What are the disadvantages of credit card? Do we need to use credit card? These are the things I want to talk about in today's video. Actually, what are credit cards? Credit cards are cards issued to consumer by credit unions or bank to purchase goods and services. At first glance, they look just like a debit card. There will be a unique number on top of it. There will be our name. There will be a CVV number. There will be an expiry date. Do not tell any of this to anyone who calls and asks. All the important things should be kept secret. And what is the use of this payment card called credit cards? As you can understand, I will tell you. For example, I am walking now and my phone falls down, it breaks. I want to change my phone because all my work related things are in this phone, or all my study related things are in this phone. But suddenly I have no money to take in my hand. But if I wait for 1 or 2 weeks, I will roll some money from my hand. At such a time, you will have to ask someone for help to get money quickly, or you will have to ask them for a loan. That means there will be 100,000 questions and 100,000 answers, and it will take a lot of effort to convince someone to ask you something as loan. Now, if you manage to convince that person, he will give you the money you asked for very reluctantly. And if you want things to go smoothly, you need at least 15,000 or 20,000 to purchase a phone. But in a situation like this, what if someone is willing to pay for the phone for us without asking any of questions? After 1 or 2 weeks, it's enough to return this money. If you give it like that also, you don't have to pay any interest back to that person. This is what really happened with the use of credit cards. That is, if you buy goods or services using our bank money or debit card, we pay the money that is in our bank account on behalf to the place of purchase or to the people. We just need to pay back the money that is paid in this way after a week or 2 weeks without any of interest. Think that some people think when saying this, I have money in my hand, so even if my phone falls or my computer breaks, I have money in my bank. So why do I take a credit card? Similarly, some people have a thought that people who don't have money take this credit card, but really not. This credit card is not something that we can go and ask for easily. If we want to get credit card, we need a qualification. To be honest, in short, we need cash. Because credit cards are often granted based on credit scores. That is, how much money one can use from a credit card and what kind of card should be given to a customer. All are considered by looking at customer's credit score. Actually, banks or financial institutions are paying money for us. Therefore, if banks want to pay this kind of money, they need to trust us. This trust is calculated through the credit scores. If you want to get a good credit score, the repayment of the loans we have taken in the past should be correct. Also, they should be paying income tax correctly and having a good salary, etc. And banks prepare credit score by considering all these things together. If you are a regular salary earner and if you have paid your previous loan on time, then there will be no problem for banks to give you a loan because you have cash in hand. So the bank is sure that you will pay back that money. So the bank will consider you as a financial disciplined person. So even if you use a credit card, the bank will know that the repayment will be correct. Anyway, the bank will have a grading system considering all these things. Do we know that we check civil score while taking loans? Credit score have a grading system that ranges from 300 to 900. If our credit score is between 300 and 400, there is no chance of us getting a credit card because the banks knows that the repayment risk is very high. If your credit score is above 780, then the bank will consider you a person who manages your credit score well. It is almost certain that you will repay the credit card money back. Therefore, this type of person can easily get a credit card from the bank. Now, what is the use of a credit card? If a person who repays the payment correctly, there will be people who think that he has money in his hand anyway, but it is not so. Think that we have money in our hand or think that we don't. We are buying things with credit card, but we pay back the money, pay back the payment after 1 month. So if we don't use the money in our hand and keep it in our bank, at least we can get its interest. Secondly, it is said that credit cards are less risky than debit cards or ATM cards. That's because we hear a lot of money scams online. In the fraud is through debit card, then our money is taken from our bank account. If credit cards are the victims of the fraud, then the money goes from the credit card issuing entity. If we complain within 3 days, then we have zero liability. That means I lost money from my credit card. I am able to prove that it is a fraud. I am filing a complaint within 3 days. Then whoever is issuing the credit card to us will be taken over by liability completely. Not only that, the money has gone from their hand. A strong investigation will be done from their side. Third thing is reward. No matter how much money is in hand, some people will only make purchases using credit cards. The first thing is that we have money in our savings account for so long. Besides that, we get a lot of reward for each purchase. In this way, after making a few purchases, we can use this reward to buy many big things for free using a credit card. And to the people who have bought the phone online, I don't need to tell you about the cashback here, because every time you buy something with a credit card, many credit card rewards with 5% to 10% as cashback that you are getting. Such cashback are also available to people who have credit cards. And we know that not all credit cards are the same. Some have higher limits, some have higher annual fees, but their offers are often different. That is, to eat at luxury lounges at the airport often, you only need to pay 2 rupees to eat so many times a year for some credit cards. If you are a frequent flyer, you can get unlimited food at these luxury lounges for just 2 rupees and spend a little more time staying there. Apart from that, there are some credit cards that offer 2 free tickets every month for movie. There are some credit cards that offer 1 free ticket with the purchase of 1 ticket. And when you buy petrol from the petrol pump, you see credit card that give you cashback as a reward code. Then when you talk about the reward system, it is not the same now. There are many credit cards of many companies that have lot of rewards. The fourth benefit is insurance. We know that insurance are now seen in even ATM cards. There are so many advantages of credit card and their disadvantages with these credit cards. The main problem is that people who have more than one credit card forget the repayment dates. There are people who knows how to make a lot of money by using many credit cards. What happened to them is that many times they forget the date to repay. What happened if they forget the dates? We get money to buy such things from credit card without interest. If we forget the date at this time, the interest on credit card is more than if we take a loan. After 20 or 30% interest come, we are totally stuck. So we should be careful not to forget the date repay. The second thing is that there are hidden charges in some cards. There are hidden charges while buying some things. We don't notice it suddenly. Therefore, there are many chances of financial losses. This is another problem with credit card uses. The card should be used to buy goods and services. If you go to the ATM machine and withdraw money, you will have to pay back the interest for it. Therefore, it is best not to do this activity. It is best to decide which credit limit card you want according to your usage. At the time of taking the card, we should pay attention to the network of the credit card we are taking. Having we had Visa, Master and Rupee card sometimes, but we should look at the payment network when we take credit card, because some credit cards are very competitive, so they give a lot of rewards and offers to stay in the market. But even if we go everywhere, our card is not necessarily accepted. In some countries, in some places, we have heard that it is specifically said that some card will not be accepted. Therefore, there is nothing special about checking card with many offers that are not used anywhere. As the annual maintenance fee increases due to the increase in rewards, the annual maintenance fee will be paid more for these type of cards. Therefore, it is good things to look for good cards. If we have a good credit card in our hands, even after paying the annual maintenance fee, at the end of the year we will have a good amount of money in our hand. There are certain clever tricks and things to do that. We can do it that legally. I think that things explain another video. I could understand how many people are interested if you comment down whether you want to do that video or not. Also, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing. Then we will meet again in the next video with a good video. And here I'm signing off, SENSEMALAYALAM.